and welcome back to Fairview Farm. It is May the 10th and we have just finished loading up the latest set of milk. We're going to be running this down to the dairy. After that, you might have just caught a glimpse of it as I was passing the farmyard there. We have something to test today. So after speaking last time about how long it's taking to do the two passes with both the tedder and the mower, we spoke to the shop. The shop were happy for us to trial a new setup, so we're going to be doing that today. We've still got two more fields to prepare for the pellets or the pellet harvesting later in the month, so I want to get those done today. And that should be really, really good at getting that job done quickly. And so it's giving me a little bit of time at the start here to go and deliver some milk. The milk is in great demand at the moment, so this will be really good for us. And it's at the dairies down the side here. So we'll just pull in. And yeah, this building here is where we want to deliver this. So I'll just go and have a word with them and get this tanker unloaded. Everything's good. I just need to pull forward a little bit and we'll get everything hooked up. So let's just pull this forward a bit here. We'll hook this all up, which is going well. And I think we're done. I'll get this all unhooked and we'll head back up to the farm. So the milk, like everything else on the farm, is actually doing fairly well for us at the moment. We're getting a good amount of money for that. We're actually at this moment, as I said, the milk is in great demand, so we're getting a pretty fair price for it right now. And as a result, there's a good amount that we have to go and sell there. I actually need to do 2 loads today, but I don't want to get things bogged down too much. So I'm just going to park up here. We'll get the second load delivered, and then I'm going to come hit back, and we will start on the other work we need to do today. Not a massively long round trip, this. And this is why we've not got the largest of milk trailers. We also don't produce that much milk from the farm each day. So we do this trip on a regular basis. And as a result, we're able to deliver just a small amount of milk each day. I mean, we are nowhere as large as the other farms around here. Such a gorgeous sunny day today, though, as well. Perfect for doing the hay as we move on to that next. And yeah, testing out this new setup. I'm really excited to give this a try. This is going to reduce the amount of time and the amount of fuel, actually, that we use doing this job. If I can get this to work as I want. Let's look out the back. I need to get the trailer back into the shed, which not too difficult. We got fairly decent visibility out the back of the Land Rover. We don't have the side windows, so of course that makes things a little bit more difficult, but in general, it's not too bad looking out that back window. And in it goes. There we go. That's nice and easy, really. Right, let's go put the Landy back up at the house, and we'll come back and deal with the tractor and get started on the second set of hay that we've got to do this month. So after long discussions with the guys up at the shop, we've basically gone for this setup here. We've got a Sepnutzel front mower. This is about a 40 horsepower requirement. And then on the back, we've got a Poting Alpine tedder that should easily cover the width of this mower. So these two between them should mean that we do this in one go. We'll just get that all hooked up and that all hooked up, and yeah, we're ready to go. And I'm really excited about this. Now this here is it's just over 4 meters, that tedder, and we should be able to cover everything we need to. Now, the reason for going for this slightly lower powered front mower is because we were looking for a front mower that would pair with our rear mower, and when we're doing the silage setup, allow us to do a quicker cut that way, but also keep the horsepower down, because we only have 110 horsepower in this tractor, and with the hills here, that is going to be really pushed if we're hitting it or even going over it in the power requirements of the equipment. So the power requirements of the equipment is going to be slightly over with both this front mower and our rear mower. It might be a case that we're not able to use the two of them together. Let's get this open. What we can see, though, is if this setup works here, even if this saves us time doing the hay, and the pelleting does well, then there may be a route to go there, especially if they'll come in from the other farm and do the pelleting. So let's unfold everything. Turn it all on. I think that's all on. Stay back, because yeah, I think that's cutting. Certainly the rear is on. So right, let's lower it all down. Is that gonna lower? Okay, which one's lowering? That is currently lowering. So let's try again. There we go. And forwards. Yeah, this doesn't want to all go as I'm hoping. Oh no, there we go. That's done it. Right. And away we go. And round the edge. And yeah, my front mower is not active for whatever reason. Let's try that again. There we go. I don't know what was happening there, but we are now cutting and immediately tedding. This setup should speed things up no end on this field. We're gonna only have a single run around the field, and it should also keep all of the hay under control as well, which will be perfect. There appear to be a couple of advantages and disadvantages to doing this way. The first advantage, of course, obviously, is that we're doing everything in a single pass. All of this hay is, or all of this grass is getting tossed as it comes out the back, and as a result, we are getting its production towards hay started nice and early as soon as we cut it. We also have the advantage that with the slightly wider width of the tedder at the back, most of the grass that we're doing here is getting tossed twice. So it gets tossed either when it gets all tossed when we first cut it. It then gets tossed again on the right hand side of my tractor here when the tedder goes over it again, and on the left hand side it gets tossed after it gets cut a second time. And this comes to the downside. I don't know if this is affecting the grass, or the grass that we are ending up cutting on a second time, that's now sitting below the grass that has yet to be cut. It's something I probably need to check as to how good the quality of the grass is that we're coming out to the field here. I don't think it matters so much when we're pelletizing it. It can be a shorter cut, but I think if I was turning this into hay bales, I would probably want to keep the grass as long as possible in the cut. And so yeah, I'm not sure this would be best for us to be creating bales with. I don't know if going over it with the cut again a second time is going to be causing issues with what we're outputting. But we'll check it at the end. As I said, as it's being pelletized, it shouldn't matter. I don't think it's going to be put into small pellet-sized chunks anyway. But as far as getting it done for bales, I'm not sure this is the best method for doing this. 4 headlands done, and I am aiming myself for the tree at the far side of the field so that we can start dividing this field and getting it cut a bit more easily. And yeah, we're pulling through the middle of here with little to no issue. We are roughly on track, and this is definitely saving us time. We are going through this whole process a lot quicker because of doing it this way, and I have no worries that we'll get this done today. I was thinking that maybe having our smaller, older header on the back here would go some way to getting past that problem I was talking about a moment ago. This being such a wider tether than our front mower, it would allow us to keep that spread a little bit closer. The other thing to possibly take into consideration is getting a wider mower. But as I said at the start of this vlog, we can't really put much more horsepower or a much more horsepower heavy mower on the front of here and run a mower on the back if we were looking to do things that way. So yeah, I think a smaller tether might be the answer rather than a larger mower. On the plus side for this setup, having the mower mounted up front is giving me so much better visibility while I'm cutting. I'm able to line things up much better and not have to worry about looking back all the time to see whether I'm actually in a good line for the grass. I really like the front mower setup. It's really good. So even if I decide to go with a larger mower and we lose the back mower for when we're doing silage stuff, I don't think that's the biggest problem. That would actually probably work even better for us, especially if I can get one that rows in the way that our current mower rows the grass. And that way we wouldn't need to run over things like a windrower with a windrower. I am concerned at the moment with running this front mower and a rear mower that we might have to windrow the resulting grass when we're making silage later in the year. So yeah, that might be a better solution for that as well. Now that I've opened a decent gap in the middle of the field, we'll concentrate on this side here. We should be able to go up the outer edge of this and down this edge, this inner edge here, and finish this off. And then we've got a nice rectangular section down the other end as well. That means we'll be able to finish that off in a minute too. I've just seen a tuft of grass there. Yeah, let's start off there. Make sure we get everything. But yeah, you can see now that the reason why I cut at that angle down the middle of the field and have that tree marked to cut from where I am, where I was, is because it just makes getting the rest of this field done so much easier. Getting to the end of this part of the field, and I've got a little bit of a wedge here. I thought I'd done a nice straight line on this edge, but I think I ended up with creating a bit of a wedge. That's all right. It kind of happens when you've got uneven or oddly shaped fields, so I'm not that concerned about it. It just means that we'll be getting shorter and shorter turns coming around from this top end. And yeah, it is a little bit of a wedge. The other side probably is going to have the same problem. Up the top end, it's slightly different, and there's a little bit of an odd shape. In fact, what I will likely do is go and cut at the far side when we finish down here, so that we can straighten up the edge. Yeah, look at that. That is turning nice and light already. It's a good drying day. We've got the sun's gone in a little bit now, but it's still a nice warm spring day here on the farm, and the grass is already fairly dry anyway, which is also why this is a good time of year to do the hay, because it's already dried out a nice little bit before we even begin. Trying to spin around here. Right, so this end here, in order to keep things nice and straight, and you can see the odd shape of the field at the top end, we're going to follow this line here that we got at this bottom end, and that should give me a fairly straight edge up here to go with. In fact, I think there's a bit of a wedge at this bottom end, so where it straightens up a little bit here, that's where I'm gonna set myself and go straight across. And yeah, this field would never make a good arable field. It's just so uneven. Just clearing this up a little bit. I've cleared up at the top end slightly, but we've got just this little bit hanging out at the edge here. Yeah, I think I'm slightly off with where I cut through and into the field. I could have been a little bit further over. I will adjust my my cut in for next time, but at the moment this isn't too bad. We are nicely in position, doing fairly well, and definitely doing much quicker, or doing this much quicker than we were before. My plan is still to make some bales this year. We are still going to create some hay bales. We do need to, because I'm not sure the whole pellet setup is going to be good for us for feeding the cows. I'm still very unsure of it. To me, it's a new way of doing things, and I need to make sure my bases are covered. I think, though, with what we've done today, this field is going to be the best candidate for creating the pellets on. It has a really easy access to the road for me to transport them to the where they're going to be turned into pallets, and yeah, it's going to be really useful for us to be able to run things that way. So we will we'll get this field road up once all of this grass is dried, and we'll be able to then get the guys up here, and they can start making the pellets, which is going to be interesting to see. As I've said, this is going to be the biggest, definitely going to have the biggest tractor we've ever had on the farm coming up here to do this, because as I understand it, it takes somewhere around 300 horsepower to actually run the machine. And as a result, yeah, we're going to have something pretty big up here to run that. Won't be my tractor. They'll be bringing that up here themselves. We will be carting with the 7610 and our trailer, though, because that's the easiest way to do it, and we can take it down to their pallet warehouse with that. Despite everything, I still ended up with a little wedge in this center bit. I think I need to work out my bearings a little bit better on this field. Right, I will cut this end bit here and in, and yeah, there's not a huge amount left here. We can clear this up fairly quickly, and then we've just got the meadow to do today as well, and that will have all of our grass cut for hay, which is the first time we've done all of our grass for hay for a while. As I said when we were doing the hay last year, we normally do a single field that gives us enough hay bales for the year, and then everything else goes into silage. If this pelleting actually proves to be fairly profitable, doing a cut of this hay, a full cut of hay every year, might be the way to go on the farm. Final little section, and we're done. Now I think my mower might be perfectly sized. We'll keep away from it because it's still spinning, but might be perfectly sized to fit through this gate. I don't know if my tether is, though. Yeah, that will. No, so we'll have to turn the tether off, and we'll fold it. That'll get us through the gateway, and then we can unfold it and turn it back on. Perfect. Keep away from all of these spinning parts. They're not the safest thing in the world to do, to be stepping out of the tractor while all of this stuff's spinning. That is how accidents happen. Mower is down, tether is down, and we can get the meadow cut. The maneuverability of this little reformed tractor is really what makes this setup work, to be honest. If I didn't have the turning circle in the middle of the tractor with four-wheel steering on this, I don't think that this would work anywhere near as well. The maneuverability just makes going around these corners and getting everything into position so much easier as I go round. And even going round here and smoothly shifting into the next headland, it just works so well. This is definitely going so much faster. I can't believe that we're this far through the meadow already, and the maneuverability of this little tractor is making it very easy to work this field this way as well. So I'm able to pull up to the end. I see the pedal lifted in my rearview mirror, and then we can just spin right round and do the next row. It is lightningly quick getting this job done like this, and I could not be happier with it. It's wow, so much better. Last little bit, and I think all of this should get into my mower. Yeah, perfect. So there we go. We are now all cut and ready for the pelletizing. Well, we will be in about 2 to 3 weeks when these fields actually dry and are ready. That stopped. Let's stop the mower as well. There we go. Fold that. And we'll fold our back as well. But I need to go back to the farm. We've got lots more to do sort of in general today. And in fact, I might give this equipment a wash, because look at the state of that, of just cutting these 2 fields. But it's worked really well. I think this is has been a successful field test. Let me know what you think. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.